Hey guys, stick around for Mrs. Flynn and Mrs. Vaughn to recap this week's Days of Our Lives.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AfterBuzz TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Well, hello, Days of Our Lives fans. I hit a couple octaves there.
Just a couple.
Welcome to DISHIN Days. I am one of your hosts today, Mark J. Freeman, and joining me, also known as Mrs. Flynn. And then to my left is the blushing bride herself,
Mrs. Vaughn. Matthew Evan Paine.
We're doing it. We're committing it. I should have, Alex, I should have had you put Mrs. Flynn and Mrs. Vaughn on our lower thirds.
I was
contemplating. Why didn't I think about it?
Totally contemplating.
Dang it. And thank you. Alexis is in the booth with us again today.
Hi, Alexis.
Hi, I'm so glad I'm next to these beautiful brides here. On the table.
Yes, if you need any tips from us two
Hell
blushing
yeah.
brides.
And you're the next.
I know. I'm
Yep, you're
literally
next.
4.5 months away.
So Tony
Wow.
will be the only one. Well, he's soon to be Mrs. Pettis.
Yeah.
So-
I'm already setting up that engagement party.
Oh, we need to.
Great.
Can we do that next week
Sure.
when he's here under his lower third? Let's put Mrs. Pettis.
I'm so down.
Or like soon to be Mrs. Pettis or something,
Down.
just to piss him off.
So down.
Kyler won't only be the groom, but he'll also be the dancer at the bachelor party.
That'll be perfect.
We need to find a way to get Kyler here.
Yeah.
And
Ooh.
like sneak it in. Although he's probably watching this now, so now it's not going to be a secret.
Kyler, come see us.
Because he likes to sit at home and watch. I don't know. I don't know where he went. He just texted us and said, "I'm not coming."
Was Kyler supposed to come in?
No.
Oh, Tony.
Tony Moore.
It's okay. She's probably
But
busy.
it is what it is. She's probably busy. She's a gal on the go.
She's
so-
with Kyler.
Probably,
Oh, that's
probably.
What it is. That makes sense.
So you guys don't forget to follow us on Instagram and Twitter. Our DISHIN Days show here, _ DISHIN Days on Twitter and just DISHIN Days on Instagram. And then we're on Facebook,
Yeah.
all that important stuff.
Where we like to dish days.
Where we like to dish our days. We will be taking phone calls later in the show. I'll give you a heads up when we're going to be taking. I think we're going to do it each segment.
Yeah.
So get your fingers ready to dial. And then, Matthew, what did you think of this week? Now on air, because we've talked a little bit about it off air.
On air, I feel like the weeks are blurring a little bit. I feel like the past 3 weeks have all been very similar.
Mm-hmm.
I'm liking it, but I'm ready for a change of gears.
I absolutely agree with that, but I think we might be waiting a while for a change of gears. Just saying.
Winter 2018, perhaps.
Well, we'll see. Well, so wait. So they're 5 months ahead.
Right.
It's March. Then it was April, May, June, July, August. So friggin' August. No, probably not August. Probably like July.
July?
Because I'm guessing Dina's out was about a month ago.
The announcement?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And who knows when she stopped and when that all.
Right.
That was when it was.
I wonder if it's an
announced.
immediate thing. I wonder if they decide, okay, thank you so much
show
for
up
your
and
time.
they've got your shit in a box.
Yeah. The little coffee mugs sticking out.
Like you come
and
to your
the-
office door and it now says the other writer's name on
Yeah.
it. It's like, awkward.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Bye.
Who knows? Maybe one day we'll get to ask one of them if we ever get a writer on the show.
Dear Felicia.
Dear-
Bye.
Bye, Felicia. Sorry about it. All right. So I guess let's get into what we do best, and that is
DISHIN Days.
Oh, how'd you like that?
Loved
That
it.
was really
Good.
badass. I'll never remember how I did that. Thank you so much, Alexis. And I would love that sound effect every time I walk through the doors of AfterBuzz, if you wouldn't mind. All right, so number one storyline. Let's just get it out of the way. Nicole, Brady, Chloe, and now I added in Eduardo and Kate.
Yeah.
Because they kind of got involved in the situation this week. So basically, it's basically the same stuff. Yes, I said shit once already. Doesn't matter at this point. It's the same shit that happened last week, just we did it again in a different office.
Right. With the
Basically
with the
same
doctor in the
conversations.
same office.
Right, exactly. They moved a file cabinet and stuff to hide a door and stuff like that. Whatever. So basically, Nicole tells off Deimos. Holly gets a fever. They take him to Dr. Lee.
And Dr. Lee's office was actually Nicole's motel room.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. And then Eduardo, we find out, well, we knew Eduardo was helping Chloe, but then we see that Dr. Lee is in cahoots with Eduardo. and Kate kind of gets involved there. We'll talk about that in a second. And then Nicole, they are off to Canada and try to. I wonder if he's going to stay there till the event in Toronto. That was for you, Sabrina. And then Nicole tries to convince Brady to stay with Tate. So that was kind of the nutshell. Now let's talk about it.
Okay. And Brady was like, Tate's fine.
Yeah. Tate's okay.
Yeah.
He's got a nanny.
He's got a nanny.
He's got a nanny. He's got food on the table. He's good. Eduardo is officially on my hit list. Ooh, sorry,
Still
Josh.
at an age where Brady should probably be with Tate. Teresa's already out of the picture.
Yeah.
Someone needs to be with Tate and not the nanny.
Yeah.
And Maggie's got a lot going on.
Maggie, Maggie's always got a lot going on. She's married to Victor Kiriakis.
I love Maggie. There's not enough Maggie for me.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I never cared so much until I met Suzanne Rogers, and meeting her changed Maggie for me.
Oh, that's
because
great.
Suzanne has such a warmth to her that I see it in Maggie, and I'm like, oh, I get it.
And I feel like too, she's getting, and I think Victor's rubbing off on her because I'm getting a lot more quips from her, which I like because you know me, quote of the week.
Yeah.
I love that kind of stuff.
Did she face off with Maggie last week or the most recent week?
Who, Nicole?
Yeah, no, Maggie and Chloe. Oh, wait, I'm sorry.
Oh,
Did Maggie face off with
That
Chloe?
was last week, I think.
Okay.
I think. You guys can correct me in the chat room if you
Okay.
want.
I think it was
Tate
last week
has
also.
been upstairs forever.
Yeah.
Yes, Deep. So, he won't come down till he's 18, so get used to it.
Which might be in a week or two.
Yeah, Marlena could take Tate as well. I agree with that 100%. Yeah, I mean, I like you were saying, I think it's just a lot of repetition, and it's kind of frustrating.
Does it tire you a little bit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes I really have to make myself watch. I get so distracted. I mean, I get distracted anyway. Dust falls from the ceiling and I get distracted. But sometimes I really genuinely don't. I'm like, oh, I have to go back because I genuinely don't know what they just talked about.
Sometimes I'll find papers that need filing.
Yeah.
That I've been avoiding since 08.
All of a sudden, I've got a burst of energy, especially when Rope is on screen. Those are painful for me. But anyway, we'll get to that. But one of the things that I did enjoy about this storyline and the introduction of Kate and Eduardo into this, she really did try to kind of convince Eduardo, stay away from that crazy bitch.
Yeah. Those scenes made me feel sad.
Yeah, and I don't know, because I have two things, because I like Eduardo, and I don't want him to be an idiot. I think that's what frustrates me, is when they make smart people dumb, and I'm like, he's not that dumb, to fall for what Chloe's saying, regardless of how beautiful she is. And I get angry because I feel like Nadia is a great actress. I really, truly believe that she's really good for what she's handed every day for those words to come out of her mouth. I feel like she really does a great job.
Yep.
And it just frustrates me that they constantly write her to be so horrible. Because I don't know, how do you go from Ghoul Girl to this? I don't know, I don't like it.
Beauty changes things sometimes.
I know.
But when she was talking to Eduardo, is she setting him up? Or does she...
I don't think she's setting him up.
I didn't either, because Kate is so stuck on old Chloe's behavior.
Well, I don't know that she thinks that he's necessarily setting her up. I think that she thinks that once she gets him in her claws, she will eventually down the line do something.
Because if
you know what I mean? Not necessarily this, but I feel like once he's in her little grasp, as Kate likes to talk about it, that's how it's going to be.
Kate to me is perfection.
Kate is perfection on camera.
Yeah.
Perfection. I want to be her when I grow up.
Me too. She's so hot.
The other thing that I liked about the storyline was on Monday, which when I was looking at my notes back, I was like, oh, was that Monday? Monday seems so far from Friday once you've seen the whole week.
Absolutely.
Was Nicole finally telling Deimos, it's never going to happen. I loved that scene. I truly, genuinely was like, you go, girl!
I feel like he didn't hear her.
1, 2, 3. Those are my 3 snaps, Tony Moore.
You go, girl.
You go, girl! I'm gonna make that sound bite. You go, girl. And then we need to do that, and then we need to do one that goes, girl.
I'll just do it for you.
Yeah, I don't think we need the bite. I think we have the bite.
We are the bite. And you know what, Alexis, why don't you power up the phones? Because after Matthew has to say what he has to say, we'll take some phone calls on this storyline.
I just felt sad for Kate. Kate's not over something.
With Chloe?
Kate's not over something with Chloe. I think she's not. I think she's repeatedly being burned, both from men and from jealous women. She referenced Vivian when she was talking about the Me Too.
I actually really enjoyed that they brought that up.
Yeah.
She's like, because I've been through this.
And she
And I
compared.
was like, oh my God, she did.
She compared Chloe to Vivian. Not a compliment.
Yeah.
Not, I mean, no. There's.
I mean, to the average Joe, no. But
Right.
to us, divas, we love it.
I love Vivian Alamain.
Oh,
I could watch
everything.
her for an hour.
Every day for breakfast. Put a live stream in her house. I'd watch that.
If she came in and said she was Hope, I would believe it.
I would too. I'd be like, yes, you are. You may have her. Take over.
Now do something fun with Rafe.
Yeah, exactly. Make this entertaining. All right, guys. So we want to hear what you have to say about the Nicole Brady Chloe storyline. Our number here is 424-253-0749. I'm sure Alexis will pop that up on the screen for you as well. So feel free to call in. And we still haven't talked to somebody who's pro Chloe. So hopefully maybe we'll get somebody who's team Chloe, that Chloe should have the baby.
Yeah, we have a lot of talk.
There was somebody that did, correct me if I'm wrong, there was somebody that was tweeting and sent a lot of tweets about the Chloe situation. Am I not mistaken?
You're not mistaken.
I don't remember what it said.
I mean, you're not correct.
Well, rarely. But I don't remember their justification for
There wasn't one.
citing. Oh, okay. Well, that answers that. All right. Perfect.
Well, if you're a Chloe fan, make sure to call in also.
Please, we'd love it. We'd love it. I don't know if we're getting any. Everyone's shy today.
Crickets.
This Sunday. I know. I'm like,
Yeah, sorry, y'all. Nothing coming in yet.
That's okay.
Brady not dealing with Deimos. He's not having it.
Yeah. Yeah. And I really like Brady and Nicole.
Me too.
I'm okay with it. I mean, again, sorry, Jen Lily.
Yeah, and I feel the same way. It's like I love Brady
But
and
if you're
Teresa,
taking one away, I'm okay with this new.
and now they're going to take her away.
Right.
I mean, Ari's leaving.
Right. So I don't know who will be Brady's next. Maybe Chloe. I don't know.
She'd really have to do something to.
I wonder if like it's gonna go with Nicole actually like really genuinely leaves with the baby, like on the run. Like
Yeah,
that's how.
or
they
if
get rid of
she
her.
leaves and Holly stays with Chloe.
I don't think they would do that.
They don't need another child. There
I
doesn't need to be
don't-
another child in Salem right now.
Oh, we're getting a phone call. Yay. They better not leave Holly with Chloe. I will be
Hey, Les, we
livid.
have a caller.
All right, let's take this call. Hello, you're on with Mrs. Flynn and Mrs. Vaughn. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Oh, hi, Mrs. Billy Flynn. Hi, Mrs. Vaughn. Sorry. Hi, you guys. How are you?
Hi.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's Jillian from Dallas.
Hi,
I knew
Jillian. We knew.
Of course. Who else is going to script your names even when they're your wannabe names?
That's right.
It's St. Patrick's Day weekend, so something tells me you've got a green beer in your hand.
You are so psychic. Wow. How did you know?
We're good like
Just
that.
a hunch.
We're good like that.
Wow.
Jillian,
That's fabulous. I mean, you can just like see through the television, the
internet.
telephone wire
Interwebs.
to see what it is that I have in front of me. I mean, it's not like I've not stated categorically that Sunday is my drinking day.
That's right. That's right. We like that
Sunday
you
fun
share
day.
that with us.
Yes. Well, I pretty much share every darn thing. How are you guys doing?
We're doing
I
good.
heard you had guests. Do you not have guests?
Guests today? No, we don't have any guests today. Just me and Mrs. Flynn and Mrs. Vaughn.
I heard a rumor.
Oh.
I heard a
Ooh.
rumor
Who did you hear?
that you guys were going to have on the, because you guys are sweet and kind, the real life wives of Mr. Flynn and Mr. Vaughn.
Oh, no.
no.
Just no.
No,
we
you
were-
trust me, you'll know.
The other ones.
No.
The other ones.
I don't know that they're
the other-
allowed in our radius.
Oh, okay.
Your
We
radio.
may have, well, okay, I may have a
Well, you
restraining
guys
order
would
from
have
Gina.
so much to talk about. That would be so great. You
Yeah,
should do that.
I know. That would be an interesting show.
You should totally do that.
I might have to call in. I don't think I'm allowed to be here. But, Jillian, what do you think of this Nicole, Chloe? Are you a team Chloe or are you team Nicole?
I'm Team Nicole, but I mean, I'm really getting sick and tired of the D word. I'm sick of it.
Yeah.
Why does he have to come up?
Well, yeah. I have a feeling that's never going to go away, unfortunately.
Sorry. Bringing everybody down. Wow. So, yeah.
Yeah. It is what it is, but we're
Yeah.
yeah.
No, one of my beefs this week was, well, I mean, you know, besides, I want Nicole and Eric together. Damn it.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Yeah.
Ugh. Anyway.
It's frustrating.
Yeah, we really want those two together. But my main gripe this week is, and James Lott Jr., I love you so very, very much. And I love Hope, and I love her character, and I love the actress, but I am sick of seeing her on
Yeah.
with Rafe.
Yeah.
Yep.
And now they're doing bubble baths or whatever the hell. I'm so sick of this.
They need stuff for the
There are
montages.
people that have gotten married,
Yeah.
and they haven't even shown their honeymoon.
Yeah. True.
You
That's
know,
true.
and I'm talking about Stephen
Okay,
Nichols and
yeah.
well, they're not them.
Yeah.
I'm talking about Steve and Kayla.
Kayla. Yeah.
You know, I mean, I love those characters. I love the actor and the actress that play them.
Yeah.
And this is just ridiculous.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm ranting and raving, and
No.
really, I just kind of like lost it, and I didn't chuck the television out of the window, but I did turn it off because I just couldn't take it anymore.
Yeah. Unfortunately, we have to watch.
Now.
It's part of the job. It's part of the
that
job.
You love it.
Yeah, we do.
This is
We do.
great.
Gives
you
us
do.
something to
You
come
love
on.
it. Yeah, I mean, Steve and Kayla were on for like 5 seconds,
Yeah.
and I'm really.
Well, we're definitely going to get more of them since Tripp is coming into town and all that stuff. So,
Yeah,
hang
well,
tight.
I have a prediction.
oh, okay.
It's a group of mine. A group of mine. Yeah, like I control these ladies. These are my. We we started on Twitter, and then we are now on WeChat, and we're our own little separate group.
Okay.
It's just me and 3 other lovely, fantastic ladies who
Okay.
also, love Stephen Nichols and Mary Beth Evans.
Oh, okay.
We have a prediction
Okay.
where it's also damn green beer. Also a wish
Okay.
that Stefano made off with Joey on their second run after Joey was born. They were in the hospital.
Oh, okay.
I mean, is it possible? Is it possible that during the birth or whatever that there was a twin? Or hell, I don't care at this point. Let him have taken DNA from Joey and lab created a clone.
Right.
I don't care anymore.
Yeah.
Because they're not even trying. Because if this Trip, and that's a stupid name, I'm sorry, it's stupid. If this Trip
Yeah.
is really Steve's
Yeah.
and Ava's, he would be about 25, 26 years old.
Well,
Or older.
it is daytime,
You know?
and the rules go out the window for daytime.
Which I actually
I
love.
know, but it's so stupid
Yeah.
because they weren't together right before Steve showed up in Salem, or before Steve showed up and Jack found him, and Jack discovered him in the hospital where he was again one more time. Bring back Jack.
Yeah, that's right.
Dying again. So Ava wasn't around then, and even if it was like the year before, it still doesn't make any sense because he had hooked up with that chick Delilah or Delia or whatever the hell her name was at the bar. So they had been living together for a while. So
yeah.
It doesn't make any sense.
Well,
So
maybe
I say
they'll
make
do
him
some...
make him a clone baby
Okay.
or whatever, but that he's Stephen Kayla's.
Well, that's yeah. Well, we'll see. Well, I think next week we're going to find out more about him. So maybe tomorrow you can, next week you can call back in and give us your opinion on it next week. How does that
Yeah,
sound?
I know. I've droned on and on and on, and
That's
I love
okay.
you guys for letting me do this.
No
Have you
problem.
gotten any other calls? I need to get off.
We do. We have another one waiting. So,
Oh my God!
thank you
Okay.
so much,
Oh,
Jillian.
I love you guys,
Love
and
you
have a
too.
good time, and bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, Jillian has. I have a feeling she will call back next
We
week.
lost our last caller, so
Oh,
we'll just move into
that's
the
okay.
next topic.
All right, Matthew, do you want to lead us into this next situation?
Yes,
going
this
on?
to me, when I think about this past week of Days of Our Lives, this was the scenes that kept popping
Yeah.
into my mind.
Yep.
And those were the Sierra, Theo, Claire scenes.
yeah.
With a little Marlena.
Yeah,
Dot.
Marlena and a little Julie.
Julie.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Sierra wants to talk to Claire.
Mm-hmm.
Tell her about her feelings regarding one Mr. Theo.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't really go over very well at the top of the conversation, but about 3 minutes in, Claire's seemingly cool,
Yeah. She calms down.
calms down.
calms
They
down.
have a little hug and a little tag on Claire that you know that she's actually not that cool with it.
Right.
And then Claire talks to Marlena.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, Sierra says that she's has feelings for Theo.
Yeah. Right.
But in reality, she's in love with him.
Mm-hmm.
So then Claire goes to talk to Marlena.
Right.
She comes in a huff, which Marlena does not quite appreciate.
I love that. I love that Marlena kind of whipped her into shape.
Yeah, I don't like it, and your mom wouldn't either.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. That made me happy.
She's a brat.
She is a brat. And they're playing.
Was
that.
Belle a brat?
No, I don't think Belle was ever a brat. I don't think so. But
Because Claire's just a little. Claire is the brattiest of the Well, I guess she's related to Sammy.
that's true.
Yeah,
That's true.
Sammy was a brat.
Yeah, for shizzle.
Um,
Shizzle.
And then Marlena tells Claire to worry about Theo's needs or to take into consideration
Yes.
Theo's needs. And Claire interprets that as,
Bow chicka bow bow.
yeah. And I love how Marlena seemed so happy with the fact that Claire left happy. And then you could see it dawn on Marlena that something wasn't quite right.
Yeah.
So Claire goes back to the house, tells Theo she wants to make love, sends him to the,
Make love.
yeah. Make love.
We need James Lott Jr.
Yeah. And to me, it was so much pressure on Theo. I want to have sex. I want to have sex right now.
Yeah. Well,
Go
I
to
was
the
even
store.
thinking that too. I was like, well, I guess they could have him say no, but I mean, what boy in his right mind at that age was going to say no if the girl wanted to?
I don't know. I feel like it's happened before.
Yeah, probably. Interesting.
He seemed. Go ahead.
I was gonna say the one thing about this whole thing the one part that I really actually enjoyed, which may be a bit surprising, but were the flashbacks of Theo and Sierra that she had, of him saying how much he loved her and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And stuff. I thought those were really cute.
Yeah.
I thought that was really cute.
Those we actually saw though, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Because you know how sometimes they
They recreate it. No, those were things that actually happened.
Okay.
Yeah.
There just seemed to be.
Do you think, this is what I'm going to ask, do you think they're actually going to make love? Or do you think Monday Theo's going to stop and turn and then be
see
like, we were in
Sierra?
the moment? No, I don't think he's going to see Sierra, but I think he's going to hear the door or something and stop and then be like, maybe we shouldn't do this. Like, I feel like it's not going to happen because I feel like they're going to want to keep Theo with Sierra. Or, yeah, for their first times.
Me too. But then if they move forward,
So I guess that was a prediction.
I have a feeling because Claire said, well, I'm not going to get pregnant. I'm going to be a pop star, whatever she said.
Right.
Which to me means I'm going to get pregnant and my career's out the window.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. It could go any number, or he could see Sierra. I mean,
Yeah.
he may not. But I hated that when she opened the door, they didn't see her, and she was like,
Yeah. Well, and I think the thing that bothered me the most was, well, I guess if he's out running errands, I can go back to the loft. It's like, just go to the loft.
I don't need
You know
to
what I
hear
mean?
about.
Like, I don't need you to tell me what you're like. I'm gonna see the next scene, you walking into the loft, and I'm gonna go, oh yeah, because she thinks he's at the store.
Right.
Like, I don't need you to tell me.
I hated that he dropped the bag.
Did
He
I-
dropped the bag with the condoms.
Oh yeah.
Do you notice that they didn't actually use the word condoms?
That's true.
Yeah, she was like to go get whatever
Go
you
get 'em.
need.
Get whatever you need.
Yeah. And she wrote, Sierra wrote the love letter telling him that she has feelings for him.
Yeah.
I actually loved the letter.
Yeah, I liked it too. I did too.
And I liked her performance during it.
I thought so too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only thing that got me when she was in Horton Town Square was when she got her stuff and walked away from the table and left the pen on the table.
Oh, did you see?
Yeah.
I didn't notice that. Was that our disaster?
No. No, but the noise that I made in my apartment, I was like, come
God,
on!
pick up
Yeah.
the pen.
Yeah. Like, take two. Great job, Vivian, but don't forget the pen.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, I'm okay with it. Again, Claire's a little whiny. I think if I was watching this in my 20s, I would probably be a little bit more okay with Claire. But because I think I'm older, I just get annoyed by it because I just don't want to see that whiny, because if it was my kid, I'd be, oh, honey, no, that's not how you act. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. I just feel because I'm older, it annoys me. So I'm sure there are younger people who do watch the show who are okay with how Claire acts. But it'll be interesting to see where all this goes.
Her behavior to me is unacceptable. Like you said, I wouldn't want to see my child act like
Right.
that. But there are definitely people like that.
Yeah.
With the selfies and the social media.
For sure.
You and I included.
We've been known to. At brunch today.
Did you get a sense of peer pressure from, is it peer pressure? Or
From
is it,
Claire to Theo?
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
He didn't want to, but then I like that she asked him again because I could feel like she was having cold feet
Yeah.
or second thoughts about it.
Yeah.
And she said, are you sure you want to do this? And he was like, no, yes, I love you. I want to do this.
On the couch in the living room.
Yeah. Yeah.
With their Christmas
Show us
lights
the Salem Inn bedroom.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Come on. We can just move a bookshelf and Nicole's hotel room can be the new hotel room.
Right.
Who's to say they wouldn't end up in the same hotel?
That's right. Yeah,
Just saying.
at the Dewdrop Inn.
At the the Dewdrop Inn.
I don't know. I don't know if I want to see them. I don't know what's going to happen. I have no idea.
We'll see. Let me see. I'm trying to look in here. My Ovaltine boiled when Theo was shirtless. Yes, girl. Theo is the man. Any reason to get Theo shirtless? Marlon, you behave, Marlon. I'm going to tell Tony you're cheating on him. Why am I not scrolling here? Why is this not going? I can't scroll through. What's going on here?
And again, if anyone out there wants to discuss this storyline
Yeah,
between...
I do believe we're still open for phone calls.
We're open for business.
424-253-0749 if you want to voice your opinion on shirtless Mr. Pettis, the future Mr. Tony Moore. I don't know if he likes that name. But what else? They couldn't hire younger actors.
He's not here to defend himself.
There's someone saying they couldn't hire young actors. They had a 30-year-old man play a 15-year-old. Ugh, who's 30 years old?
Who's 30?
Is Kyler 30?
Kyler can't be 30.
There's no way.
I'm Googling it.
I know, like IMDb him, because I think they can still have their ages on there. IMDb him before they change that rule.
My internet's just obscenely slow.
Oh, maybe that's why mine's not scrolling. Because
He's 24.
He's 24. Okay, so they're not.
Which
talking
I'm
about
okay
him.
with him playing. He's a believable...
We have a caller.
Oh, yay! All right, caller, you're on with Mrs. Flynn and Mrs. Vaughn. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Where is Mrs. Prentice tonight?
I know. We don't know. She just ditched us.
She's busy.
She's busy making wedding plans.
I love you guys. It's Betty Jean.
Hi,
Here
Betty
in
Jean.
Northern California.
Hi, Betty Jean.
Yay! Betty Jean, where exactly in Northern California?
Nevada City.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wow.
Okay, cool. Just curious.
Yeah.
Sorry, that was just more my curiosity than anything else. How do you feel about these teens' storyline, or even Nicole Chloe?
Okay, well, I'm Team Nicole, but
Good.
let's go to the teen storyline. I like the whole teen storyline. I really do. I've always enjoyed the new teen storylines that they interject. But the whole Claire forcing herself on Theo, I'm not buying that.
Yeah.
Sierra and Theo, they've got a bond. They grew up together. They know each other. I think they need to bring it back to them, and Claire needs to stop being such a bitch and get off of social media.
Yeah.
Plain and simple.
Do you think, I was thinking this too, because I'm obviously thinking now Trip is being introduced next week. So do you think, I was just trying to think, do I think he's going to be interested in Sierra? Do I think he's going to be interested in Claire? Do I think Claire's going to be interested in Trip? That's going to distract her from Theo?
Okay.
What do you think?
Yeah. Trip will be interested in Sierra, but Claire will see what's going on, and with her whole jealousy thing, she'll start tripping out and
no pun intended.
fix it. Yeah, exactly. She'll start tripping out and fixate on Trip. But yeah, that's where I think they might play up that storyline.
Okay.
But,
Well, interesting.
But you know what? That just throws me all off too, because shouldn't Trip be like 24, 25?
That's what Jillian was saying.
Old?
That's what Jillian was just saying. Yeah, but again, it's daytime. The rules go out the window.
I know. That whole rapid aging syndrome thing.
And then if they need to make them younger, they will, just to, cut corners.
Yeah.
Oh, someone thinks Trip and
Cutting
Jade.
corners, get it.
That would be interesting.
But yeah, that's where that'll all fit in.
Yeah.
He'll fall in, and it'll be a thing between Sierra, Claire, Theo, and Trip.
Okay. Yeah, all right. Well, we'll see. We'll see if you're right, Betty Jean.
Thank you.
Bye,
Thank
Betty
you so
Jean.
much. You too. Thanks for calling.
Next caller.
Bye.
All righty, let's take our next caller. Give us
Dang it.
Oh, we lost him.
I have
Dang it.
two things.
Go
Okay.
for it.
I think the reason that Claire, and this might go without saying, I think that the reason Claire is throwing herself at Theo and wants to have sex with him is because of her jealousy of Sierra.
Oh, absolutely.
She wants to do this now.
Yeah. She's like, I'm gonna lock this in.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna lock this in.
And the other thing is that I'm
That's
wondering.
why Tony hangs out at Kyler Pettis' house. He's like, I want to lock this in.
Kyler's like,
Tony Moore. He's like calling neighbors. Like, is Tony still out there? Can I go to fucking Pavilions? Oh, I did not say that.
wow.
I did not say that. It slipped out.
And my other thing was, we have a caller.
Yeah,
I
we
can
got
wait.
a caller. Alexis, let's do this.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. All
Go
right.
for it.
All righty, thank you. You're on live with Mark and Matt. Give us your
Hi,
name and where.
Mark. Hi, Mark.
Hey,
It's
who's
Lonnie.
this? Hi, Lonnie.
Hi,
How
Lonnie.
are you?
Lonnie. I have a expectation about what you're talking about right now.
Okay.
I think Claire is a little too young to have sex with Theo. I think I should think that Theo and Sierra should be together, not Claire.
Yeah, I
Because
agree.
she's going overboard with what she's doing.
Mm-hmm. Do you
I
think?
don't think it's fair for Sierra to see them like that when she walked in.
Do you think though? What I was talking about earlier. Do you think that they're actually going to make love, or do you think that something's gonna stop them?
I think Sierra wants them to stop
Okay.
because she saw them. I think Claire is getting overboard with what she's doing with Theo.
Yeah.
Sierra has to put a stop to it, or someone.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Well, we're gonna find out more next week, probably on Monday is my guess. We'll find out more.
I'm hoping too.
Yeah. Thank you so much for calling in, Lonnie.
Okay, bye, Matt.
Bye.
Bye, Mark.
Bye-bye. Have a
Wish
good one.
Tony was there.
I know, we do too. Take care.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right.
And my other point was that when Trip is introduced, I think that he's going to be one of the guys that Sierra was on an online date with, which I think is going to be a whole new pile of flashback scenes.
Like
because they never
forced flashbacks.
Don't, yeah.
Gotcha. Speaking of forced flashbacks, that is a very good segue into our next
Well done.
topic. I jumped right on that. So there were some more forced flashbacks between Gabby and Chad. I wrote the most notes here for this section. I was like, oh yeah, that's happened. That happened. So,
You only wrote the most notes because Billy Flynn's in the scenes. Let's just be
No,
honest
that
about
was-
it.
No, he was just on camera more. There was more to write about. Well, him and the other people in the storyline. So Abby and Dario had a little tango experience. Even though he doesn't know how to tango, he suddenly
It
knew
was
how to
a
tango.
perfect tango.
And I liked that the daydream into Chad. I thought that was kind of hot. Abby is concerned that Chad not ruffle feathers with Deimos, as well as Paul, because Sonny went to Paul to tell him to follow Deimos, and Paul's even concerned about Chad and Deimos. Gabby and Dario had a talk about Chad and Abby again. I love that the henchman, Deimos's henchman, is who told Deimos that Chad's still in love with Gabby and Abby. I was like, okay, that was just random.
Yeah. He was making himself right at home, though. He came from a corner of the study I'd
Yeah.
never seen before.
I know. It was just like randomly, we just built a new wing.
I
for
felt
this
like he
henchman.
walked out with like a tray of desserts.
Yeah. I was like, would they ever cast me as a henchman? No, probably not. Maybe a bouncer at a gay bar, but that's it. Then Kate actually talked to Chad a little bit about convincing him to go for Gabby, because obviously Kate wants him with Gabby, with Deimos lurking in the back.
There's something unmeddling about Kate. Like, she always gives her opinion, but it never comes off as meddling to
yeah.
me. But
She's just such a protective mom. But I was thinking that too. It was funny that you brought that up, because I was even thinking this with Nicole. Is like, I thought that. I was like, when this is all said and done and Holly is her kid and
Yeah.
raising, I'm like, she's going to be just as crazy as Kate when it comes to that girl when she's older.
Yeah.
Can you imagine Ari 2.0? Oh, girl. And then the most exciting part of the storyline this week was that we got Chad in his underwear again.
yeah, hockey butt.
He dropped trow. Yes, he did. And thank you to everybody who tagged me in those tweets of those screenshots. Appreciate it.
I did a 30-second on my remote control.
Yeah. Gotta go back. Yep. Yes, he definitely played
Those scenes
hockey.
also made me uncomfortable.
Yeah, I was gonna say. So this is one of my comments about this whole thing, and I wrote it in my notes when I was watching. Because at first I was like, okay, I'm kind of okay with the fact that Abby is kind of taking the high road with Gabby, but now
She's getting
after
trampled.
this, I'm like, no, that's not cool. I don't know. I mean, I know nothing happened, and I know like whatever, but it's like I want her to get a little bit more tough on it and be like, look, girl.
Get your
do
hands
you ever
off
watch
my man.
Queens of Comedy?
No.
Oh, girl, you need to watch it. Monique. She says, I don't care who you are. When I leave, no one stays in this house with my man. Mama, grab your pocketbook, let's go. No one's staying alone. Like, no, that's how she needs to be.
Yep.
No, If I'm not here, Chad, you're alone.
I felt
Done.
bad for Abigail when
Yeah.
she was standing in the doorway and she saw that,
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't like their reactions, which were slap-worthy.
Yeah.
She could have slapped both of them.
Well, and I feel like, I'm going to say this. I can't believe I'm going to say this.
I agree with you.
Chad laughed.
Yes,
And I was like, why is he laughing? Like, that's not funny.
I think it was nervous laughter.
That's what I thought too, but I'm going to have to ask him.
You know what
text him.
I didn't like was that they didn't end on a reaction shot that made me know what he was thinking.
Right.
It was on him, but I had no idea what he was thinking. Like, oh crap, she walked in, or I really love Gabby, or I don't know what to do. It was just a completely blank look.
Yeah.
I want to know what he's thinking. I mean, I guess I feel like he's leaning more toward Gabby.
Yeah, absolutely.
But then when he's with
Absolutely.
Abby, there's love.
Yeah. And I have to say, I loved Marcy's dress.
Me too.
I thought she looked scrumptious
Yeah.
this week. She looked so good. Oh, she looked amazing.
Yeah, I'm in
'cause
love with her.
I did see somebody tweeting about they didn't like how they were dressing Marcy, but I'm sorry. I love that multicolored dress I thought she just looked amazing.
I
in it.
actually love how they're dressing Marcy.
I do too.
Yep.
I do too. Well, I didn't like how they dressed Kate. So,
But they're dressing Kate and Marcy completely different. Yeah.
Oh, completely different. Yeah.
But to me, both of them are Abigail. They
Yeah.
both serve Abigail so well.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And then the other thing, oh, well, no, we'll talk about that later.
Just two completely different takes on Abigail.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So obviously Deimos is somehow going to interfere in this and make Chad's life hell.
What was that about? What did he see?
I don't know. I think that's just him seeing them talk about Chad or Gabby and Abby and stuff. I think that's all that.
What worries me is that he's going to try and plant a seed in Abigail's fragile mind that Chad's not on board with her.
Well, I have a feeling it's going to be something along those lines.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because I think that even though she seems to be doing fine, I think Abigail is fragile.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, she was in a mental institution.
Yep.
Yeah, she's not always there. But yeah, that's basically the story. That's kind of what happened. I think it's interesting though that they keep that there's so many people that when the whole thing happened with Sonny and Paul talking about Sonny asking him to follow Deimos and stuff. The fact that Paul is even saying, "I'm really concerned about Chad," is starting to worry me. Genuinely worry me. I'm like, what are they going to do to my boy? So it'll be interesting to see where this goes.
Are they going to kidnap him and Gabby and put them in some sort of contained space, whether it be hot or cold?
Hot or cold. Maybe it'll get really, really hot and then really, really cold.
Yeah.
Really, really hot, and then they'll get colds when they
Right.
come out.
They won't be able to get out, and then the door will open, and Chad will get knocked out.
Yep.
And then they'll
Hopefully
wind
in his
up.
underwear.
They'll wind up in their underwear.
Hopefully.
And just for the fans out there, we have a spreadsheet with our notes for each episode. And in this particular storyline, in capital letters, it says, Chad drops trow. Because if anyone was wondering, Mark might have forgotten that.
Just in case. Just in case. Yeah, okay, so let's talk about this too, because I have been seeing a lot of tweets. Melissa Frink in the chat room just said,
You think.
Chad is becoming unlikable. Do you think so, Matthew?
No.
No?
No, I enjoy watching him.
Okay. I mean, I can understand it because they're making him go a route that's not typical of how Chad would deal with things.
I'm glad
I think
you brought
that's the whole
that
thing
up.
with Gabby, obviously.
People were tweeting earlier in the week about inconsistent writing with the character, whether it's Chad or Abigail or Gabby. But with that being said, people are constantly growing, constantly changing, and just because at one point or another or consistently Chad is so strong-minded and can make a decision and he would never get swayed. Mm-hmm. You never know. Love can do funny things.
Yeah, I agree.
And
I agree.
he's been thrown a ton of stuff with Abigail that made him question his marriage.
Yeah. I will say this. I do appreciate Billy in less clothing because we've been getting a lot of that lately. A lot of flesh these days.
It's funny when
these days.
I
Hashtag
saw what you
days.
did there.
Yeah.
I was watching him this week, and I know I've mentioned this in the past, and obviously it's a no-brainer. His eyes are so beautiful.
Gorgeous.
I've never
Have
seen.
you ever seen him in person?
Yes.
They're amazing.
Yeah. When I met him, that
This
was
close
when
to you?
Yeah. Well,
Like that.
almost that close. When I met him.
On the red carpet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought, wow, they're blue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know who else actually has beautiful blue eyes is, now I have to remember his real name.
Brandon Beamer.
Well, Brandon too. Oh my God. Williams. Mr. Williams. Hope's dad.
Oh. Blanking. Doug Hayes?
Doug Hayes. He was at the Day of Days 2 years ago when we were there, and I think James Lott Jr. interviewed
Bill Hayes.
Bill Hayes. Yeah. Sorry.
I just
We're like mixing stuff up. But when I shook his hand and was talking to him, I literally stopped and was like, "Okay, I'm sorry, I have to tell you this. Your eyes are amazing.
Yeah.
Like you are giving Billy Flynn a run." I said that to Bill Hayes. You're giving Billy Flynn a run for your money with those eyes.
Yeah.
Look at him. Watch when you see him on screen next time.
Okay.
He's got beautiful blue eyes.
And any of the female cast with blue eyes?
Are there females on the show? Oh, there are. Okay.
Marcy, Nadia,
No,
Ari.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and
For sure.
who else? Lots, but all the blue eyes that all
yeah.
of them gorgeous.
Yeah.
We've been talking about eyes for a long
Eyes.
time.
A little bit off the
Yeah.
eyes. If you guys want to call in, talk to me about Billy dropping trow, please feel free. The number is 424-253-0749. We'd love to hear what you have to say about that.
Betty Jean
unless-
says, Mr. Flynn, calm down.
How dare you, Betty Jean?
She's Mrs. Flynn.
How dare you? Let's see, Mr. Flynn, calm down. Betty Jean. Chad has
Betty
great
Jean.
chest, hairy chest. Marlon's kind of like on a roll today.
Marlon's coming for Chad.
Yes, we know. We said Bill. It's Bill Hayes, not Doug Hayes. Doug and Julie. That's why.
Yep.
Because we were combining his character name. Oh yeah, Mary Beth Evans has amazing eyes.
Yes,
as well.
she does.
Yep. All right, so let's get into some tidbits. If you guys feel like calling and chiming in.
Allison Sweeney also has
Yes.
beautiful blue eyes.
Yes, I agree with that.
Did you happen to see the interview with her and Larry King?
I did not.
By the way, you can
Recently?
find it. It was when she was wrapping up On Days.
Oh, okay.
It's wonderful. You can find it. It's either on Hulu or Netflix. I don't remember which one. Excellent.
Oh, great.
Excellent.
Great. Looks like we have a phone call, Alexis, if we want to answer that and see maybe it's Gina pissed at me. You're on the air with Mark and Matthew. What is your name and where you're calling from?
Hi, my name is Amber.
Hi, Amber.
Hi, Amber.
Where are you calling
I'm
from?
Landover, Maryland.
From where?
Landover, Maryland.
Landover, Maryland. All right. I don't think we've had
Yes.
anyone from Maryland yet. Thank you, Amber, for
Yes.
calling.
I don't like the whole them trying to act like Chad and Gabby are high school sweethearts when they didn't even really know each other in high school.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. I think everyone's kind of frustrated with those flashbacks.
Yeah,
And I'll put
it's
those in
really
quotes.
It's really irritating. Like, I love Chad. I still love him even though he's being dumb.
I understand your pain, Amber. Trust me.
I'm Team Nicole, too, on the whole situation. I'm Team Nicole.
Uh-huh.
But I feel like she should have just went with Deimos, pretended, she was going to be run away with Deimos,
Yeah.
and then dumped him the moment, she got exactly what she needed.
Oh, that's an idea. I like that. I like that approach, Amber. I like that.
That's very interesting.
Interesting.
And then letting Brady leave Tate.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are bothered by the fact that he is leaving Tate behind.
Maybe you can take Amber to the writer's room with you next time you go.
Amber, you want to go to the writer's room with me next time I go?
Yes, I would love that.
Let's
Maybe I
do
can
it. We'll
give them
carpool.
something that will make Days of Our Lives popular again.
I'll come pick you up in Maryland and I'll take you to NBC Burbank.
You'll both be snuck
Could you
in Billy's
imagine us coming in there?
trunk.
Oh. Ooh, why have I never thought of that?
Oh, God.
Well, because I'm not allowed to get close to Billy, so I would have to somehow
Yeah, because the
sneak into his
restraining
trunk.
order, right.
Yeah. He wouldn't be able to know that I was in his trunk.
I wonder if
I'll find a way, Amber.
I wonder if 1,200 yards counts when you're in the trunk of their car.
That's true. That's a good question. All right, Amber.
But Your Honor,
Anything else you have to share, Amber, or want to comment
Nope.
on? All right. Thank you
No,
so
thank
much for
you.
calling.
Thank you.
And I'll give you a call when I'm ready to go to the writing room with you.
Okay, I'll be waiting.
All right, Amber. Have
Bye,
a good
Amber.
day. Thank you for calling.
Bye.
Alrighty, and I don't think we have another one. So let's start getting into tidbits, and if we get phone calls, we'll try and jump over to both. So next, we had, and I almost made this in the main section, but when it all was said and done, it was really only one episode.
That's right.
It just felt like more. Oh, we got a phone call. So let's take that real quick. I was going to talk about Eli and Valerie and Eli's meeting with the Hortons, but let's talk to who's on the phone. Who is this? Where's your name, and where are you calling from?
Hi, I heard you talking about my
Oh,
husband.
God.
I thought I'd call in.
God. I was even thinking, I was like, oh, don't let Mike Riley call in.
Well, here he is.
Oh,
when we
dagnabbit.
do our pre-show prayer, we always pray. When I say we, Mark always prays, don't let Mike Riley call in.
Don't let Mike Riley call in.
I know he does. I do like to be referred to as the other Mr. Flynn, not Mrs. Flynn.
Be nice, ladies and gents.
I
because
know,
I'm
right?
a boy.
Oh, goodness gracious.
How are things?
Mike Riley, what do you have to say?
I appreciate the boxer short Chad scenes, of
Right.
course, as much as anyone out there.
Thank you.
I'm kind of as much as I love you know that I'm team Abby and Chad, but I do like the chemistry between Gabby and Chad. But I'm kind of over this kind of they're falling into these situations. They're always in locked rooms together.
Yes.
They're falling on top of each other with no clothes on. It's getting a little too slapsticky for me.
Mm-hmm.
So if they would write it maybe in a bit of a mature way,
exactly.
I would appreciate it more.
I think I've said this before, not in those exact words, but I feel like that's the thing. And it was like the whole thing with Sierra saying, "I'm gonna go now to the house." Well, you don't have to tell me you're going. I'm an adult,
and I'll figure it
watch
out when you
TV,
walk
and when
in
you
the
walk
house.
in, I go, "Oh, of course." She thought he was out shopping. Like I feel like they treat us like we don't know what's going on, and that's frustrating.
Exposition, if there's like a key plot point that we might have missed that needs to be,
absolutely.
readdressed. I don't need to know that, oh, yesterday I wore barrettes and today I'm not. Thank you. I have eyes. I can do that.
Right, exactly.
One thing you have, can I comment on a storyline you haven't spoken about
Sure,
yet?
absolutely.
Okay, I'm sorry. Jennifer and Eric, I puked the first time. I'm going to puke this time around. She's nice, but she's like her character. She's a houseplant.
Yeah,
he is a houseplant, and he's like the hottest effing guy on the planet.
Thank you.
I'm telling Billy you said that.
Thank
by
you.
the way, I'm ruining your relationship. I'm going to ruin your relationship with Billy and tell him.
Yeah,
you said
one
that.
or the other. You can't swing on both trees.
I love. Well, first of all, I've known of Greg Vaughn longer than I've known of Billy, and you know how I feel about Billy. Billy, it's not only about his looks; it's everything. He's charming. He's wonderful.
Yeah.
He's sexy. But you can't take it away from Greg Vaughn. You put Greg Vaughn with a beautiful haircut and a tuxedo, you have a gorgeous guy. You put him with a scruffy beard and a tight T-shirt, and you have like he covers the full range of like physical beauty. As passionate as we are about Billy, you can't take that away from him.
It's getting hot in here.
I say, Mike Riley,
beautiful
you can't see Matthew Evan Payne is drooling now. So thank you for doing that to me. Gosh, dang nabbit.
Jennifer, the character of Jennifer has zero sex appeal, and I don't think she's going to have sex appeal. She's like the busybody, nosy mom. She'll be Julie in 10 years. It's just they don't.
Those are fighting words, Mike Riley. I think Matthew disagrees. Matthew, what do you have to say?
Well, I just love Jennifer. Did you see the TBT photo of her from the 80s this week? I think Kate Manzi actually posted it.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I have a place in my heart for Jennifer.
Yeah.
And maybe you do too, Mike. I don't know. Am I wrong?
I liked her with Jack. I liked her when they were at the paper together. But again, even then, she wasn't sexy. She was spunky. And I wish they would make her spunky again, because that would give more levels to her character. But she is not for. He is so complex and so tortured and so hot.
Okay, but the one thing I don't like about the story. Go ahead.
I'm on. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I feel like I'm tired of tortured Eric. And I read an article, which I think I mentioned a couple weeks ago in Soap Opera Digest, where Greg was saying that when he met with writers about his return to Salem, they had such good ideas for where they wanted the direction of Eric to go. And so far, I haven't seen anything different from before he left. And he's just, and I love him. I love, how much I love him. But
he's a tremendous actor.
He is. But
he's tremendous.
I just want to see him move on from this, so we can.
I agree.
We can see a different side of Eric.
Yeah.
And they had the chance, like they pulled him out of Nicole's orbit, and a lot of his misery had to do with, the Kristen raping him and Nicole, getting rid of the evidence, and then but then they tied him into the running over of of Daniel Jonas.
That's okay.
And then it's every storyline they give him. It's just like,
yeah,
it's enough.
We'll see what happens. I mean, I don't hate it as much as you do, but we'll see what happens. Because I always like to give them the benefit of the doubt.
Competent actor.
Yeah.
I mean, we would be over it already. I mean, God bless him that he can bring as much as he does to the table and make this ongoing suffering, watchable. But
absolutely,
get Jennifer out of his orbit for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Bring Jack back.
Yes,
That's it.
thank you. I agree with that.
I do love Jennifer though, and I do think she's very pretty.
Yeah.
No, no. Yeah, all right. That was my goodbye. But I don't think Jennifer is not pretty at all. But I don't think she's the cute friend. She's not this she's not the sexy friend.
But I don't think she's trying to go. I don't think she's
nice.
trying to go for sexy.
No, but they're so it's just so.
Oh, it's a mismatch for you.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think just because you say of how hot he's obviously for Greg, that it's like he doesn't have the same thing for Jen
Got it.
or Missy, whatever.
Okay.
All right, Mike Riley.
She's lovely, but
Yeah.
it's not enough for Greg. Sorry.
No.
That's
I mean,
okay.
she's no Matthew Paine.
What?
She's no Matthew Paine.
No, she's no Matthew Paine. You're correct.
Thank
I will
you.
end it there.
Okay.
You're right.
Thank you for calling.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, Mike Riley.
I want to mention something quickly about the Valerie, or more about the Eli meeting the Horton storyline.
Yes.
Did you notice that Wednesday's episode, everybody seemed to be wearing red?
Oh, I didn't notice it, but interesting.
It was weird, pinks and reds, and then if they weren't wearing pink or red, they were wearing blue.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. I thought to myself, is this happening for a reason? Because Hope, Doug, Julie, Jennifer, and then they cut to the scene in the
Lucas,
pub,
too. Yeah.
and Marlene is wearing a red blazer.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah.
I didn't notice that.
I thought
Is
it was
that your
so
disaster
weird.
moment?
No,
Oh.
although Jen's necktie was up there as
Yeah.
a contender.
Oh, it's not? Oh,
No.
I thought it was going to be. That's why
Did you see that
I didn't want to
photo?
bring it up. I was going to bring it up, and I was like, oh, I'm not going to bring it up. So basically Eli met with the whole Horton clan. And again, it's always hysterical when they have to explain who people are and situations that have happened to somebody who doesn't know, and you're just like, oh yeah, I was possessed by the devil. You know what I mean? Like I mean, obviously that wasn't what
Right.
was discussed, but you know what I'm saying. I thought that was interesting.
In the past, you said
dynamic.
that you like the explanation, so we're kind of like up to speed on who's related to who.
Right.
And did you get the tweets though that Hope was calling Eli her cousin, but it's actually her nephew?
Yeah.
But they said it so many times. No one fact checked that, or who's right?
Again, I think that they just don't, it doesn't bother them that it's not accurate. I don't know. Yeah, because Julie, I loved it when she was like, Eli was like, so wait, so she's your stepmother and your half-sister? I was like, oh yeah, welcome to Salem, girl.
Yeah.
Welcome to Salem.
I did like that Jennifer had Valerie's back though,
Yes.
and I think it's very clear that Valerie's not a bad person.
Yeah, absolutely.
I just wish Eli would see that. I'm sure he'll come around at some point in a few years.
Yeah, because we also saw a brief moment with Valerie and Abe talking about Eli, and he was consoling her and stuff.
Yep.
And then the other thing was that, which I almost mentioned earlier, is that Abby, that obviously Eli is now going to be involved in this storyline. I was wondering where they were going to place him, how he was going to fall into a relationship and which storylines. It kind of surprised me that he was going to is involved with the Abby and Chad and Gabby storyline, and Abby set him up to go be at Gabby's date at the press conference thing.
Brian messaged me this week wondering if I thought that Eli was gay. And I said, no, I didn't get that vibe at all. And he said that he kind of thought that there was resistance coming from him when Abby was pushing them on each other. And I said, but I thought that was normal. And he was like, he wants us to be aware, or at least take that into consideration when we're watching.
Interesting. I know, now you never know.
No.
Now you never know.
No.
Interesting.
Yeah, because he could always fall in with Paul or Sonny or Derek. Boom, boom,
Boom, boom.
boom, boom. And one more thing, you just mentioned Abe, and I don't see it on here. Abe sat down with JJ to tell him he didn't approve
Of him and Lonnie.
Right.
That's right. Well, because I think I tuned out. Because I didn't.
And like Brian said, a completely unnecessary scene. Like Abe loves Jen and the Hortons.
Yeah.
He obviously loves JJ.
Right.
It
It's
didn't.
just- It's just creating something that's not there.
Right.
All right. And so then we did talk a little bit about Eric. Mike Riley called in. So Eric got a visit from Marlene. Well, Marlena called him to the hospital first to have him talk to this accident victim.
And I loved that.
I did actually. I did like that as well. And then Roman goes to talk to Eric, and then Jen shows up at Eric's, and then he within 2 minutes has a studio apartment and a job. Girl, where were you when I was moving to LA?
Yeah, Roman was like, Roman is my realtor.
So we've already kind of expressed our opinion on Jen and Eric. Like I said, I don't hate it. I'm not annoyed with it. they obviously have a connection because of both of their addictions.
Yep.
So that actually feels justifiable to me. It doesn't seem forced. I do agree with Mike Riley. I never thought those words would come out of my mouth, because I do think that it's a little bit of a mismatch, and I think maybe he hit the nail on the head. But it looks like we have a phone call, so maybe this person will have something to say about Jen and Eric. So, did we lose them? Oh, I think we lost them.
Did we lose them?
I think we lost them.
We lost.
All right, so then the next thing on our tidbits is the Adrian, Lucas, Justin, Kate invasion.
To me, the Adrian, Lucas, Justin is pizza rolls for me.
I didn't understand. Oh, here's the phone call again. Let's grab it, Alexis. I don't know. It just seemed irrelevant.
Make
Nothing
up your
really-
mind.
nothing
Make
really
up your
happened.
mind. Make up your mind.
Yeah.
Wait, what's happening?
I don't.
No, I'm talking about the story.
Oh, okay.
The
I was
storyline. No, not you. Not you, Alexis. No.
I was like, I didn't know if you wanted me to answer.
Yeah,
or
you
not.
can
No,
answer
yes.
it. Let's
yes.
answer it. Let's
No,
see who it
Alexis,
is.
not at you.
Maybe it's Billy
At
Flynn.
Adrian.
It's okay.
All right, you're on DISHIN Days. What is your name and where are you calling from?
Hi, it's Anne from Montreal.
What is your first name? I'm sorry.
It's Anne.
Anne. All right. Hi, Anne from Montreal.
Mark.
What?
The easiest name.
I know. Well, it sounded like it cut out, so I thought I missed part of
You
it.
were like,
but I
I'm
was
sorry, what was that?
Oh. Hi, Anne.
So, hi.
You were a lunatic.
So I just want to talk about. I loved Eli's introduction to the Hortons.
Okay.
I thought that was great.
Uh-huh.
You know, having the Hortons sit around with him and explain to him the history of who is who and whatnot.
Right.
But I'm going to go back and be negative for just a second.
Oh, do
That's
it.
okay.
Do it, Anne. So I'm
You'll
not the
fit
only
right in
one.
with Mark.
Yeah.
How are we stupid enough to fake a history between Chad and Gabby that was not there
Right.
Yeah.
and create fake flashbacks for them, but we couldn't pull real flashbacks out of the archives for Eli?
Oh. Oh, wait. How? From Eli hasn't been there before.
They have history from the 60s, the 70s, and the 80s.
Oh, got you. From the parents.
And we couldn't pull that out of the archives
Yeah.
to show
Well,
us flashbacks to Eli.
but isn't
to show-
but Valerie didn't play that part.
That's right.
Or
No.
Vanessa
Vanessa
Williams. So that's probably
She
why
did.
they didn't do that.
No, but they were talking about, you know, who's who.
Yeah,
And
that would have been it.
Hope
Yes.
was saying,
Okay,
well,
I see what you're
Addie
saying.
was my mother.
Yeah.
And Doug is my father. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay. Now I know what you mean. I agree.
So how come we couldn't pull that out?
And it was
But
funny, now that you say that, I did think when it started, oh, we're going to get some flashbacks. And then I got distracted and forgot that we didn't get flashbacks.
Yeah,
so
I thought we were
agree.
going to get flashbacks too,
Yeah.
and I was all excited for it. But you know, as much as Billy Flynn rocked the baseball uniform,
Thank you.
we're going to put him in a baseball cap backwards
Mm-hmm.
and tell us he's 15.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I hear you. I hear you.
I mean, Chad and Gabby had 2 dates in high school,
Mm-hmm.
and it was Will who was into baseball, not Chad.
Ah. See, you guys remember
Chad
all this.
never
I'm so
actually
bad.
showed
Yeah.
up until after Mia gave up her baby to Nicole.
Okay. See, I don't.
So
I
they
see,
were
I-
never in
I
high
forget.
school at all together.
Yeah, I usually called JLJ, James Lott Jr., and ask him, but I did not on this one. So that set
Yeah,
me
I
straight.
didn't either.
Yeah. All right, Anne. Thank you so much for calling in,
Thank you.
Thank you, Anne.
and we will talk to you soon. Hopefully, call back when you have some
Have
of
a good
the.
one, guys.
You too. It's amazing what the Days of Our Lives fans remember. Like, I like to think I remember
I
a lot.
know.
And, like, I forgot about Will.
Yeah, I completely forgot that.
Baseball was his sport.
Yeah.
Instead of Chad's. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so let's go to. So we were kind of talking about Adrian, Lucas, Justin. That was kind of irrelevant. I get it. They're all supporting of her, blah, blah, blah. But it never really amounted to anything.
There's-
Oh, she did get the phone call. Didn't she get the phone call that it was.
She has to get. Was
she
that
has to
this
have.
week?
Was that this week? Yeah, I think so.
She has to get the surgery.
Yeah, because it was right at the end. They were all like on and up.
And the tumor's shrinking, but it hasn't
still
shrunk small enough for her
Right.
not to get the surgery.
Right.
But then Justin has an appointment. He forgets his phone in the room. He goes back to see Adrian, and then Lucas shows up and he's upset.
Ah, speak of the devil.
Yeah.
We just said JLJ, and she walked in the door. I want $1 million. Where is it? Hi, JLJ. How are ya?
Hi, guys.
Matthew Evan Paine. JLJ's in the
It's
house.
gonna be on my show later.
Hi.
We'll break down.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
It's like,
Here, come share a mic.
Have you I
He unplugged
unplugged
it.
that one, so you might have to plug it back in if you want to use that. We're talking about Adrian Lucas. Did you watch this week, JLJ?
I watched a little bit.
Okay.
I just want to hear that.
We were talking about the Adrian Lucas, Justin, Kate. Kate,
Can you hear?
invaded
Yes.
the hotel room where Adrian's staying, and they gave her like pampering and stuff, and she's never heard of at-home massage. That made me laugh. And just kind of the irrelevance of, I mean, other than it leading up to her having to have the surgery.
Well, I think really trying to show that Kate and Adrian really are becoming friends.
I think so. I think that that's part of
You know
it.
what I mean?
I think
Look
that
very nice.
I think that was why they did it. But again, it was one of those things where I was just kind of like, it just seemed like a lot of work to get a phone call.
You know, exposition, right? You know, all about exposition.
Yeah.
Well, you know, they had to fill in some moments because the show's so bad. Did I say that out loud? I'm sorry. Did I say it out loud, you guys? I'm sorry.
I think someone's been drinking at brunch.
There is,
Yes.
to me, there's zero chemistry between Adrian and Lucas. I can't find it.
I think it's some there. I thought it was stronger before.
Yeah, I feel well, and
Like,
I
what
feel like
happened?
it was almost mean how all the stuff they were doing with Justin with Lucas in the room.
Yes.
That stuff kind
Reminiscing
Yeah,
and-
I was like, stop it.
Stop it.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
Just stop
okay,
it.
I agree with that.
So also this week, Steve and Kayla talk about going to find Trip.
Just find him. Go and
They
come
just
back.
there was a lot of discussion. That I was like, you can go now.
Go. Thank you.
Jade tells Joey that she loves him, and he tells her she didn't like him back. Now I have to say, and I know she's been getting a lot of flack. I really enjoyed her this week, and I thought she did a really good job in that scene.
Since I'm not on the DISHIN Days, I can say this with no shame. I don't care for New Jade.
No.
Sorry. I like the other one better. I don't know why you had to
I
change
love
shades.
Paige, and we know Paige.
Yeah, we know
now,
her. So, I mean, I like.
and we
but I
love
don't-
love Paige
But I
Cersei
don't.
here.
Yeah.
I don't think I dislike her as much as everybody else does.
Yeah, well, I agree with everybody else. I don't like it.
I politely disagree with you. I
Okay.
just
You
I'm
don't have
not
to
there.
I don't
disagree.
politely. Just
You
tell
can
them.
angrily
No, because the
disagree
thing
with me.
is that I want to love everyone on the show. Even like
All right.
Yeah.
I love the villains, but they could have made her a new character.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's my point. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
I love Eli and the Hortons. A black Horton. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. I love that Julie has a black grandson.
Yeah.
Hashtag Black Horton.
Black Horton. I love it.
Your
I
new
love
Twitter,
it.
Black
My new
Horton.
Black Horton. I love it. I love that.
BLAK.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
And perfect that you're here for the last one because I don't really have anything to say.
Oh, God.
Is that there was a fake emergency at the Hernandez house and Hope had to go and blah, 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 blah.
I want to tell you that some weeks it's difficult to find a disaster moment of the week. This week was not one of them. There were so many I didn't know which one to do.
That's like, I know, some weeks I'm like, oh, quote of the week, oh, another one, oh, another
Yeah.
one. And I'm like, oh, and I have to narrow it down. And then there's weeks I'm like, oh, please let Victor come on screen.
Yeah, he's always
Victor,
good for a
okay.
quote.
He's always good. Even if it's like, go get me a scotch. I'm like, I love it.
Everyone has been messaging me about how they don't like Hope these days in her storyline.
Oh,
yeah.
I mean, I'm not personal friends with her or anything, so that's fine with me. But I agree. I'm not a Rope fan, so I haven't been. So
I mean, there was
Boring.
a little rough and tumble, a little handcuffing to the bed, little bubble bath.
boring.
He
But I
faked a
just
robbery
don't-
at his house to lure Hope there. An officer had to tell Hope that something was wrong at
Yeah.
the Hernandez home.
Yeah.
So she goes and she opens the front door, gun drawn, to a trashed living room.
Which is totally dangerous.
yeah,
Yeah.
Completely dangerous, first of all.
walks through. Which I actually liked when they cut to commercial when she
Cut to commercial, cut to commercial!
She swung the door open that leads to the hallway that nothing is in.
Yeah.
And then they cut to commercial and it's like, ooh, ooh. And she walks into the bathroom, which is the new set, the Hernandez
Yes, I just
bathroom.
said yes.
Yeah.
And it's
They're
it's
just trying
a
to use
baby
that.
oiled Galen
Yeah.
in suds.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. I mean, we know Galen. Galen is so nice. He deserves so much better. And of course, my girl Kristen deserves so much better.
Yeah. Well, you were asking me before we went on air about Hope and Christian and Alfonso in particular, and you had asked me is there anything redeemable in your mind? Because you seem to really dislike her. And I said, well, first of all, I don't know Christian Alfonso. I don't know her at all. I've never met her. We've never had a conversation other than the time I almost ran into her on Melrose.
Attacked her, you mean, on Melrose?
Well, that was accidental. And she probably has a restraining order on me too. But I was Team Hope when when they were in their
I agree.
prime. I was
agree.
definitely there. I was
You were,
invested.
you were.
I was happy. I was okay. So yes, there is things that they could do to redeem her, in my opinion, and that
No,
is
there always,
to
there
end
always
rope.
is.
We've
There
got
always
to bang
is.
out segments because we're
Yeah.
Oh, yes,
running
go
out of
ahead.
time.
Bang 'em out. Bang 'em
So
out.
let's go first. We don't
Thank
have a
you.
3 snaps. Tony did not submit his 3 snaps award, but I gave one earlier in the
You
show.
go, girl.
You go, girl. So now we are going to go to
Disaster.
Moment of the week.
Oh, that's so funny.
So I'm not saying anything. You guys can take a look at the picture. You know exactly what it is. It's been referenced time and time again on today's episode.
Oh.
I couldn't believe that they tried to rewrite history. Number one. Or A or 1, whatever. B/2, they didn't look like they were in high school. Putting her hair in some sort
Pigtails,
of pigtail, and
yeah.
like you said, with his.
You don't like that 90s pigtails
No.
look? No?
no.
totally
Do you buy them as high schoolers?
Hell no.
No.
I mean, you know what I would have preferred? I would have preferred you bringing in 2 day actors to play them as a team that are different actors. I don't care. It doesn't have to be them. I'm again, like I was saying to Mike Riley, I'm an adult.
Yeah.
I can figure it out.
Yeah.
Oh, they cast these young people to play them as young.
Fine,
I'm
because
okay
we
with that.
didn't know before
Not to take money out of their paycheck.
No,
No, right,
but
right.
before it was Casey Dietrich before Billy Flynn, right?
Billy
Yeah.
Miller. Wrong show.
Yeah, no, I know. Billy Flynn. I wouldn't have been upset if they had just shown a young Chad, like you said. It just, to me, it was such a waste of time. And the fact that they kept cutting throughout the week to Billy Flynn having the flashback in different spots,
And,
the
and
same
they were
flashback.
random. They seemed very random moments that they gave him the flashbacks. I was like, okay, whatever. I
Yeah.
don't know. It just seemed odd.
Right. I don't know. That's it. Mess.
Okay.
Mess.
So
mess,
that
mess,
was
mess.
Matthew's Days.
Moment of the week.
Sorry, guys, there's a lag on that beat.
That's okay. That's okay. We'll
Let's
blame
just sleep.
Tony. He's not here.
She's asleep.
And now it is time for
Mark's quote of the week.
so my quote of the week. It almost changed at the end of the week because Kate said something to Eduardo about Chloe that made me laugh. But I went back to the original one. Was when actually Justin, Lucas, and Kate were leaving the hotel room, and that whole reminiscing between Justin and thing happened. And then Justin's like, "Well, I'll be back," and Lucas is like, "Well, I'll be back with a romantic dinner," and then Kate goes, "Just the 3 of you. How sweet." I literally, again, I rewound it and played. I was like, okay, that's classic Kate. Gotta
Kate's
give it to her.
she's so good.
So good. So
Wow.
that was Mark's quote of the week. All right.
Guys, I'm trying to work here.
I know, that's okay. That's okay. We're gonna make
Wake
this
up,
work.
Alexis. Wake up.
And now my fan of the week is going to, it was a tweet, and I don't know if this was my Twitter or, she tagged me and DISHIN Days. Well, I don't know why I'm saying if it's, it says Emily in the thing, so that's why I was thinking it was a she. She wrote, honestly, my soap week isn't over until I watch DISHIN Days with my faves, Lounging with Tony, Matthew Evan Paine, and Lorraine Love. So I thought that was very sweet.
That is sweet.
And so I wanted to give M, and her Twitter is Emster Hamster, EMZSTERHAMSTER. So if you want to follow her, she's another Days fan, and she is our fan of the week. So I'll tweet her that later. And then let's get some quick news and gossip.
TV News.
All right, folks. On June 3rd in Toronto, we have the start of Summer Bash with Lorraine's favorite, Billy Flynn. One of my favorites, Eric Martzoff, Robert Scott Wilson, and now
Who I still owe a car wash.
and a hug.
Yeah. I owe
Oh no, I owe him a hug.
I owe-
I just want to give him a hug.
Oh, okay.
And Vincent
You can hug him
Irizarry.
while I wash his car next door.
Yes, and Vincent Irizarry will be in Toronto. Follow Sabrina Fusile is how I'm going to pronounce it.
Yeah,
At
good luck.
yeah, at Micheluzza3, which is MICHELUZZA3 for more information, and you can find more info at eventbrite.ca.
.ca, because it's in Canada, so yeah.
Toronto.
Canada, eh?
And then this is completely on me because I did not see this. Again, I don't really try to watch a lot of stuff to get spoilers and stuff, so I think that's why I miss a lot of the stuff. But delayed get well to Allison Sweeney because I didn't know that she hurt herself. She posted something on Instagram saying, my first time on the treadmill since my accident. And I was like, she was in an accident? She tore her ACL skiing on holiday with her family, and so I'm going to send her a belated
Weeks
get well.
ago, James Lott Jr. Weeks.
Well, the holidays. It was
He was
during...
like, did you hear about Allison Sweeney? I was like, what now?
Whatever. And then a quick shout out, Jennifer Landon, who is Michael Landon's daughter, is going to be on Days next week as Hillary.
Oh, I knew. Oh, okay.
And then Lucas Adams will be joining Days next week as Trip.
Jennifer
Yes.
Landon won 3 Emmys from play on As the World Turns. She's a great young actress.
Oh, great.
I'm very excited to see what she does on here.
Oh, fun.
And her brother, Michael Landon Jr., does One Cost Art, the show that I do on Monday.
Oh,
And
fantastic.
I want to wish a happy birthday to Missy Reeves, who I believe celebrated her birthday earlier this
I just
week.
saw on the 14th.
Yes.
On the 14th.
We love you, Missy.
Tell
Come
them-
see us.
So we're going to wrap things up. You're up next, right?
Up next.
With HR.
Other
GH.
stuff, HR public stuff.
Yeah.
James Report, then Young and the Restless,
And then
and
Bold
you're doing all three.
I'm just doing Bowl Breakdown
And General Hospital. And then you're on later.
I'm going to be joining James Lott Jr. and Brandon Larkins on the Bold and the Beautiful Breakdown, and you can find me every Monday night on the Vanderpump Rules After Show. You can also find me on
It's pretty
Twitter
real.
and Instagram at Matthew E. Paine.
And James Lott Jr., where can they find you?
You can find me at James Lott Jr. Just Google, I'll show up at your house.
That's right, girl. And you can find me at Lounging with Tony or oh no, that's not me. Actually, I'll be on later today at 6 o'clock. I start Drag Race. We're doing our Meet the Queens special before it starts next airing Friday. So I'll be back.
Will you be dressing in drag this season?
I don't know.
no,
It's
will
gonna
you?
be hard because I have this, so I might have to skip this to do that.
Or you
if I
could do
wanted to.
this in drag.
As Lorraine, I don't know if
Oh my
DISHIN Days is
God.
ready for that. But if you are ready for that, follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Lorraine Love, LORAYNELOVE. Thank you guys for joining us. Thank you to Jillian, Betty Jean, Lanny, Amber, Mike Riley, and Ann for calling in. We love talking to you guys,
Yes.
and we'll see you next week.
Bye, everyone.
Mwah.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.